Broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Here's your host, Andrew Romanella.
Okay? Just get the hell out of here. Nobody cares what you think if you're not a Mets fan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into a Monday evening edition of The Rome Show, broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitter X, Instagram, and Facebook. I am your host, Andrew Romanella. I thank you for joining me on this Monday evening edition of The Rome Show. We've been doing this for about 5 weeks now, getting the people ready for Monday Night Football. Actually, today, October 27th, 2025, I should be saying getting the people ready for the sports equinox, which is very exciting. All 4 major sports in play tonight for the first and only time all year, because the World Series is in game number 3. We have Monday Night Football, and the National Hockey League and National Basketball Associations are in play. So if you are an avid sports fan, much like me, much like I believe all the Romo Sapiens are out there, tonight is your night. We're broadcasting live on youtube.com/The Romanellas. That's youtube.com/The Romanellas. Go ahead and subscribe there. You can also comment live on the YouTube channel. Also, Twitter X and Instagram, The Rome Show 1. That's The Rome Show, then the number 1. Facebook.com, what we call the OG social media site on this program. Facebook.com/The Rome Show. So many ways to get involved. You can comment live on YouTube, Twitter X, and Instagram. We're going to go Monday evening quarterback. Then we have our weekend's best and our weekend's worst. And then we're going to give you our top stories from over the weekend. Such a good Monday show prepared for you. Let's get right into it. Let us know your thoughts on the socials. We had quite the NFL slate of games this weekend. Why was it intriguing? Well, because I felt like you had what looked like to be a lot of good games and not very many close games. We'll take you through the slate now, starting with the Miami Dolphins, who shellacked the Atlanta Falcons 34-10. By the way, fun fact out of this game, I am a Dolphins fan. I was born on October 24th, and the Dolphins played their best football game of the year and won by 24 points. I don't know about you, but that was a really nice birthday present out of Atlanta. The Dolphins, though, still 2-6, but 4 touchdown game for Tua Tagovailoa, 20 for 26, 205. Falcons now 3-4, not looking good. Penix Jr. did not play in this game. It was Kirk Cousins' first start of the season, and it didn't look good. The New York Jetropolitans, they got their first win of the season, 39-38, 23 points in the fourth quarter to come back on the lowly Cincinnati Bengals, the largest comeback in New York Jetropolitans history. Aaron Glenn gets his first victory as a head coach. Jets 1-7, Bengals 3-5. The Cleveland Browns, they stink. It's unbelievable. It is actually wild to think that they have the best defensive player, arguably year over the last 5 to 7 seasons in the National Football League, in Myles Garrett, and they are atrocious. How come none of us talk about their general manager? Right? How come Kevin Stefanski has a job? How come I feel like I look at all of these other places and these people get fired, they get hired, and I'm not saying that's right either. But somehow in Cleveland, this guy's living off a playoff game that he won with Baker Mayfield as his starting quarterback. This general manager is living with the fact that Baker Mayfield is working on being the best QB in Tampa Bay Bucks history. And you let him go. And you can't figure out your offense, can't figure out your quarterback situation. You're not good consistently. How does this guy still have a job? Both the general manager and the head coach need to be out in Cleveland. They lost to the Patriots 32-13. Don't look now. But Mike Vrabel has the Patriots at 6-2. Drake May looking legit. He was 18-24, 282, 3 TDs. The Giants, they lost to the Eagles and lost their running back Cam Scatabo. Bad day. Saquon Barkley, good day till he got injured. 14 carries, 151 TD. Eagles, they beat the Giants by 18 points, improved to 6-2. The Giants now 2-6. The Buffalo Bills off a bye week. Josh Allen, if you were wondering, coming off a bye week, 8-0. How about that statistic for the people, huh? 8-0 off a bye week. Bills 40-9 over the Panthers. The Bears, their win streak comes to an end at the hands of Tyler Huntley and the Baltimore Ravens. Good on the Ravens adjusting after what was 4 to 5 atrocious weeks of football in a row. The Ravens 2-5 now. The Bears 4-3. The Texans, they defeated the 49ers at home 26-15. Really good defensive day for the Texans and a really good day for their young quarterback, CJ Stroud. 30 for 39, 318, 2 TDs. Xavier Hutchinson, 69 yards and a touchdown in this game for the Texans, who improved to 3-4. 49ers 5-3. The Buccaneers, aforementioned, 6-2, one of the best teams in the NFC. They also lead their division, 23-3 rout of the Saints. Bucks improved to 6-2. Saints 1-7. By the way, the Saints replaced Spencer Rattler with Tyler So, and it did not look so good, pun intended. I don't know if that's the move. I think your roster just isn't good enough in New Orleans. They dropped to 1-7. The Cowboys, they looked atrocious. Dak Prescott had his worst game of the year, and Denver had their best game of the year. Bo Nix threw 4 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins ran for 111 yards, and Troy Franklin had 2 touchdowns, 44-24. Good guys. They're 6-2. Cowboys 3-4-1. When do we start believing in the Indianapolis Colts? They improved to 7-1 with a 38-14 victory over the Tennessee Titans. Hey, Titans fans, remember Mike Vrabel, who we just mentioned, has turned the Patriots around? Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Indiana Jones, 3 touchdowns, 272. Jonathan Taylor had 3 TDs, 3 straight games with 3 touchdowns. Dude's a horse, bro. Horse. That's the best fantasy player, the best regular player, the best overall player at his position right now. And if you really look back on it, Saquon had the historic year last year, so Saquon's got to take the cake there. But for every year Jonathan Taylor's been in the league and 100% healthy, he could be the best running back in the league. Finally, last night, Packers 21 points in the fourth quarter. They beat the Steelers 35-25, improved to 5-1-1. Steelers 4-3. Jordan Love 360, 3 touchdowns. Packers are good. They just don't give me a lot of excitement in terms of long-term success. I feel like one of my players did this to me today. He's a Packers fan. Shout out DP. He said, I feel like they have to be down. Like when the offense is playing well, when we're down, they look really good. And I completely agree with that. That's exactly how I feel about the Packers. Nonetheless, though, what happens with good teams? They find a way to win. That's what the Packers did last night, 35-25, and they improved. That's Monday Evening QB, week number 8. So you're listening to The Rome Show here, broadcasting live on youtube.com/The Romanellas. The Rome Show 1 on Instagram and Twitter X. The Rome Show on Facebook. We take a quick commercial break. We come back. We give you the weekend's worst and the weekend's
when you play battle
best. Yeah, all here on the Rome Show. Monday night, getting you ready for your sports equinox, Monday Night Football, whatever the hell you're watching. Rome Show back 30 seconds. Stay with us.
What is one thing every great leader has in common? They challenge their people to not stop at the first right answer. Tighten the Lug Nuts is a leadership book that will teach you how to move past the first right answer with entertaining and detailed examples founded in real-world concepts and experiences. Accelerate towards your professional goals with Tighten the Lug Nuts, one of the best leadership books available.
Welcome back in. Rome Show here on a Monday. Hope you're having fun with us. I'm having fun with you. Andrew Romanella. We got weekend's best, weekend's worst coming up. Top stories from over the weekend. So much to do here. So much time left. Not really, kind of. I don't know. However you feel about it. Thanks for joining in. Remember, subscribe on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Romanellas. The Rome Show 1, Instagram, Twitter X, The Rome Show on Facebook. Let's give you the weekend's best and the weekend's worst, starting with the weekend's worst. And your number one goes to the New York Giants and Cam Scatabo. If you did not see this and you don't really want to see something gruesome, then don't watch the video. But just to keep you updated, Cam Scatabo took a pass from Jackson Dart out of the backfield, middle of the game against the Eagles, middle of the field as well. Got tackled up and kind of had his ankles underneath him when he got tackled and then just dislocated the right foot. So it looks like he might be out for close to, if not all of the season. That is a tough hit for this Giants team, who just feels like they're on the precipice. They're on the edge of. They are right there, the New York Football Giants. They made some right decisions. The quarterback, the defensive line, the running back, the wide receiver, last year, that is, at least. And then it all started with Neighbors getting hurt, but then you get jolted back. You get Jackson Dart, get Cam Scatabo. It's exciting. And then Scatabo fumbles a football and you lose a game to the Saints that you shouldn't have lost. And then you come back. It's exciting. Let's roll. Let's ride. And then you go to Denver and then you just blow it, give 30 points, 33 points up in one quarter. And then you lose. And then you go, oh my God. And it's like, you climb up the ladder and you get knocked down 5 rungs. And then you go into the game against the Eagles. You're like, hey, man, we beat them once this year. We could beat them again. And it's also not necessarily about winning every game. We know that. And then he dislocates his ankle. And it's just like, man, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever it is left in this season. It's a tough place to be if you're a Giants fan. So the first weekend's worst, though very disappointing, though very sad, goes to the New York Football Giants. And Cam Scatabo, your second weekend's worst, goes to Carson Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings. We get a second sad trombone in there. Why? Because Carson Wentz is now out for the season. He's having season-ending surgery on his shoulder, and this could have all been avoided by the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. And I understand Carson Wentz was the replacement for the Sam Darnold, for the Daniel Jones. And by the way, also, they did attempt to give Daniel Jones a good amount of money to stay and be the backup to J.J. McCarthy if this happened to happen. And it did. Daniel Jones wanted to stand chance to start, the better chance, which was Indianapolis. He's clearly made the right decision. Sam Darnold wanted the better chance to start, which was clearly Seattle, and he's clearly made the right decision. But if you're the Minnesota Vikings, you lost this weekend because you're watching Sam Darnold play really well in Seattle. You're watching Indiana Jones play really well in Indianapolis. The guy that you have put all this draft capital in has only played like 4 games in his career in his 2 full seasons in J.J. McCarthy. Then you have like a serviceable backup that's like keeping you afloat. He now goes down. And the only quarterback you have on your roster is a guy named Max Brosnan. So a big L this weekend for the Minnesota Vikings. And unfortunately, Carson Wentz, who was getting his chance to play again consistently, could have done kind of what Sam Darnold did in Minnesota last year and gotten himself a revitalized opportunity in his career. Instead, he's headed for the IL. Again, those are your weekend's worst. Comment on YouTube or Twitter X if you want to write in, or Instagram as well, a weekend's best or worst yourself. Let's go to our weekend's best, starting in Major League Baseball. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Yeah, and you know who that guy is? That's Yoshinobu Yamamoto of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who threw a 9-inning, 4-hit, 1 earned run, 8K complete game. Second straight complete game for the Los Angeles Dodgers in the postseason to defeat the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2, 5-1 victory to even the series and send the Dodgers back home with a chance to take a 2-1 series lead. In the last 2 starts for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he has thrown 18 innings, only given up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and collected 15 strikeouts. He's only walked 1 batter. Back-to-back complete games is like unheard of. Not only in baseball in like the last 40 years, but it might have been the first time in a minute in the postseason in Major League Baseball. Your first weekend's best goes to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Before I move on here, by the way, okay, Yamamoto was caught in the dugout after this start, cleaning the trash for his team. That is an awesome person. That's a dude you want to root for. Shout out to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Your second weekend's best goes to the New York Jetropolitans, who, though their organization, and we will touch on this in a second, dealt with a very tragic passing of one of their greats. The Jets, who were 0-7 heading into Week 8, found a way to not only win their first game of the season, but it was their largest fourth quarter comeback in franchise history. 23 points they scored in the fourth quarter, and they got their first victory of the season and the first victory of the year and his coaching career for Aaron Glenn. So a really big victory for the New York Jets, a very needed victory, 39-38. They're your second weekend best. And finally, a combo from the National Hockey League for your third. Oh yeah, you know who is better than all the rest? Oh yeah, the Utah Mammoth and the New Jersey Devils. The Devils have won 8 straight games. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was a part of the 7th straight, by the way, on Friday night. The 8th straight came yesterday. The Devils are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best it has felt to be a Devils fan in a really long time. And you know what my favorite part about this Devils team is? Okay. They can win all different ways. They can win outscoring you. They can win out defensing you. Kind of currently, they can win out goaltending you. It feels like they could win out coaching you. And they have one of the best differentials in the National Hockey League at +13. By the way, who's the other team with a +13 goal differential? I'll give you a second. It is, you guessed it, toss up the Utah Mammoths, who have won 7 straight. The Utah Mammoths started the season 1-2. They announced their elephant guy as their mascot. They've now gone 7 straight victories, and they're leading the National Hockey League in goals for with 30. 7. You're simply the best of the weekend goes to those two hockey teams, baby. Oh, yeah. That's right. And I'll tell you what, the National Hockey League, this is some of the most fun hockey I feel like I've watched. Like every night you turn on the tube, I feel like you're watching the National Hockey League and there's a dude that's like a young star. Like everywhere. You watch a West Coast game, you watch an East Coast game, everywhere you turn, you have stars all over the place. I feel like hockey is flooded right now with great young talent. And the cool part about it is it's passing the guard time as guys like Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin skate into their swan song of their careers as Hall of Famers. And they end, and then the new guard led by Connor McDavid and gang leads the torch. So fun time in the National Hockey League. Speaking of, we're going to take commercial break, 40 seconds, and we're back. And by the way, we go around the equinox of sports and give you our top stories of the weekend before you get ready for that equinox of World Series, Monday Night Football, Commanders versus Chiefs, NBA and NHL. A fun night of sports. We're getting you ready for it here on the Rome Show. Back after this. Yeah. Welcome back into the Rome Show, peoples. Monday night special. We've been doing this for 5-6 weeks now. We're probably going to keep it going through football season. It started as a chance for me to get more sleep on Monday mornings because we have workouts at 6 a.m. And it turned into something I really like, getting ready for the 8:15 kickoff of Monday Night Football, hoping that we can become your pregame show. Super simple to find us. Go to youtube.com/the Romanellas. It's up on your screen right now. youtube.com/the Romanellas. Hit that subscribe button. And then it's pretty easy. Every time you go to YouTube and we are live, will pop up right there on your home page. You can also head to Twitter X and Instagram, The Rome Show 1, again on your screen. The Rome Show, then the number 1. Go ahead and follow us on both those social media sites and ogfacebook.com/The Rome Show. So many ways to get involved. By the way, people, you can comment on those sites as well, and you can chime in to a little Rome Show with us. I like the Monday show because we have a lot of music and a lot of sounders. That gets me excited, right? We got the Simply the Best sounder, the womp, womp, womp. But when we do Monday evening quarterback and we do weekends, around the weekend top stories, I get to play music in the background and it really fires me up. So here we go to finish the show. We're going to put some of those good jams back on and we are going around the equinox top stories, starting with the World Series. Tonight we have game number 3 in Major League Baseball. Max Scherzer on the hill for the Toronto Blue Jays against Tyler Glasnow on the hill for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Scherzer 1-0 this postseason, 3.18 ERA in his one singular start, 3 hits, 5 Ks, 4 walks. Tyler Glasnow has no win-loss record, has 2 starts, though. This is his third, 13.1 innings pitched, 7 hits, 18 Ks, 8 walks. Low ERA, though, giving up less than a run in his outings so far this postseason. Good matchup tonight. By the way, when you come to this series, it's kind of pretty simple. Can you slow down Vladimir Guerrero Jr. if you're the Los Angeles Dodgers? And if you're the Toronto Blue Jays, point blank period. Can you neutralize the Dodgers offense, which I feel like puts up a perennial all-star every at-bat? Game 2 tonight at 8 o'clock. The Dodgers are the Bananas favorite. You get them at minus 190 odds on the money line. The over-under in this game has dropped a run to 7.5. That might tell you something. All right, the public is liking the under because of this pitching matchup. It could go either way in this series. Both these teams could score 30 runs each, and both these teams have pitchers that are good enough to keep this to a 2-1 baseball game. Nonetheless, Dodgers favored by a 1.5 in this contest. 8 o'clock, first pitch on Fox. Monday Night Football, that's also tonight. That's also something we're getting you ready for. Commanders versus Chiefs. That's a good contest. However, not as good because Jaden Daniels is not playing for the Chiefs tonight. So in this contest, you will get Marcus Mariota. I know, very disturbing. 75% chance, according to matchup predictors, for the Chiefs to win. They're favored by 10.5 points. What I've liked the most about this Kansas City Chiefs team this season, which I think everybody, they're sitting at 4-3 right now, is trying to figure out, like, how good is this Chiefs team? Okay. How far can they take themselves? Is this the beginning of the end of a really good dynasty where we know they're good enough to make the playoffs, but are they good enough to make a Super Bowl run? Well, this defense is legit. Okay. And I think that's the biggest thing that's great for the Chiefs right now, to where they can hang their hat on. They have a legitimate defense. And so for me, that's why I believe in this Chiefs team. On the flip side, you're just trying to get through a time period where if you don't have Jaden Daniels 100% healthy, no matter what the Commanders try and do on either side of the ball, you're not the team that you believe you should be. Okay, so for the Commanders, you're just trying to stay afloat till you get your best player back. By the way, Chiefs defense, third in the league in points per game at 17.7. Top 5 in the league in passing. Top 10 in the league, excuse me. I was right. Top 5 in the league in passing yards per game, given up at 174.6. Legit defense in Kansas City. I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take them with the points here. And I didn't even see what the over-under on this game was. Nonetheless, I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the points. I saw some prop bets. Take whatever you can on Marcus Mariota over on the rushing yards. I just feel like that's something that's going to happen. Total points is 48.5. I'm nervous because I just don't know if the Commanders, have enough on that legit Chiefs defense. That's your Monday Night Football 8:15 kickoff. 2 more here. Then the Rome Show ends on a Monday. 2 milestones in the National Hockey League. One for the great Alexander Ovechkin, and another for my favorite player, Nikita Kucherov. Alexander Ovechkin played in his 1,500th game in the National Hockey League, and he has 899 goals, ladies and gentlemen. 899 goals. 4 more than the greatest goal scorer of all time now is Alexander Ovechkin, trying to become the only person to have 900 career goals, also playing in 1,500 games. I mean, think about how Iron Man status that is. On the flip, Nikita Kucherov becomes the 3rd fastest active player to 1,000 career points and 17th fastest all time out of the 101 players in National Hockey League history that have had 1,000 or more points. Nikita Kucherov gets his 1,000th point in his 809th game. If you're wondering who the 2 fastest National Hockey League players are to get 1,000 points, one would be Connor McDavid at 659 games, and the other would be Sidney Crosby at 757. Yes, there was a lot of lighting the lamp for both those guys to get to their 1,000th point to finish. This is not a top story by any stretch of the imagination, but there's no other way I knew how to do this without doing it the Rome Show way and kind of figuring out like how does it fit in. There's no way to fit this in. Tragically, over the weekend, a great human being lost their life, not just a great football player, in Nick Mangold, passing away at 41 years old from complications of liver disease. Nick Mangold had come out around October 14th asking the public. He had O positive blood type, very rare, trying to find a kidney transplant, couldn't find one, and tragically, sadly, passed away at the age of 41. Our hearts, our thoughts, our prayers go out to Nick Mangold, his wife, and his 4 children. Just a super, super sad story, and just one that kind of gives you a lot of perspective on life. So we are quietly going to fade away into the Monday evening here as we take a quick second to remember the life of Nick Mangold and pray for his family as a great individual, great football player, and a great father, as the stories have been told for the last 48 hours. Tragically lost their life to a disease that is just brutal. So rest in peace, Nick Mangold. Prayers to the Mangold family. Thank you for tuning into the Rome Show on a Monday. Tell the people around you that you love them. Enjoy your time with them. Understand we don't have so much of it, so you got to enjoy it. See everybody tomorrow.